हेलो फ्रेंड्स, आज हम लोग स्टरलाइजेशन एंड डिसइंफेक्शन के बारे में पढ़ेंगे। तो सबसे पहले स्टरलाइजेशन के बारे में पढ़ते हैं। सो इट इज़ अ प्रोसेस बाय मीन्स ऑफ विच आर्टिकल सरफेस और मीडियम इज मेड फ्री फ्रॉम लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म इंक्लूडिंग स्पोर्स। So, a process by means of which article, surface, or medium is made free from living organisms, including spores, is known as sterilization. And the methods of the sterilization are first physical sterilants, in which we have steam under pressure, we have dry heat, filtration, UV radiation, ionizing radiation. These all undercome physical sterilant. So steam under pressure is done at 121 degrees Celsius for 15 to 20 minutes or 131 degrees Celsius for 3 to 4 minutes. Second, dry heat is done at 171 degrees Celsius for 1 hour or 160 degrees Celsius for 2 hours or 121 degrees Celsius for 16 hours. Filtration 0.22 to 0.45 micrometer pore size HEPA filters are used. UV radiation exposure at 254 nanometer wavelength for variable time. In ionizing radiation, exposure to microwave or gamma radiation for variable time. Second method of sterilization is the chemical sterilant, in which we have glutaldehyde, parasitic acid, alcohols. And third method is the gas vapor sterilant, in which we have ethylene oxide, formaldehyde vapor, hydrogen peroxide vapor. Now we will talk about sterilization by heat. So in sterilization by heat, moist heat kill the microorganism by coagulating and denaturating their enzyme. By coagulating and denaturating their enzyme and structural protein, it is a process that required participation of water. So moist will kill microorganisms by coagulation and denaturation their enzyme and structural protein. A process that requires participation of water. So sterilization by saturated steam under pressure occur at 121 degrees Celsius, take at 15 minutes. Now second, dry heat. Dry heat kills the microorganisms by destructive oxidation of intracellular components. Sterilization is achieved by the exposure of the organism to dry heat at 160 degrees Celsius for 2 hours. Liquid or watery solution retain their structure when sterilized by moist heat. Whereas they are carried in dry heat. Now we will talk about dry heat sterilization, in which we have red heat, flaming, incineration, as well as hot air oven. It comes under dry heat sterilization. So first, red heat. In red heat, metallic objects such as inoculating wire, forceps, needles are placed in a flame of Bunsen burner for instant sterilization. So these forceps, needles, inoculating wires are placed in Bunsen burner for instant sterilization. Second method is the flaming. Certain articles like glass sides, needles are passed over flame and they are not allowed to get red hot. Third method is incineration. This method is used for destruction of infective materials. And the last one is the hot air oven. Most widely used sterilization of dry heat, particularly for glassware. It is particularly used for glassware. So these are the type of the dry heat sterilization. Now we will talk about the principle of hot air oven. So dry heat kills the microorganism by destructive oxidation of intracellular components. Now the sterilization temperature for hot air oven is 160 degrees Celsius for 60 minutes, 170 degrees Celsius for 40 minutes and 180 degrees Celsius for 20 minutes. Uses of hot air oven. It is used for the sterilization of glassware, syringes, petri dishes, etc. It is used for the sterilization of surgical instruments like forceps, scales, scissors, oily fluids which are impermeable to water. The precautions. Substance to be sterilized should be absolutely dry. It must be dry. Inflammable or volatile substance should not be put inside the oven. Instruments should not be overloaded and adequate space must be present inside the chamber for the circulation of air. Now, after disconnecting from the electric line, oven should be allowed to cool for 2 hours before opening the door to prevent the cracking of glasswares. So it must be allowed to be cool for 2 hours before opening. Sterilization control. Thermocouples or spores of non-toxigenic strains of Clostridium tetani or Brown tube with green spot is used for the sterilization control. Procedure of sterilization by moist heat. It occurs at a temperature below 100 degrees Celsius, at a temperature of 100 degrees Celsius, and at a temperature above 100 degrees Celsius. So at temperature below 100 degrees Celsius, we use vaccine bath, pasteurization of milk, pasteurization method, fractional sterilization, and uses sterilization of Loeffler serum, algae medium, etc. Now, at a temperature of 100 degrees Celsius, we use boiling method, steam at atmospheric pressure at 100 degrees Celsius for 90 minutes. Third step is the tyndalization method. At a temperature above 100 degrees Celsius, we use autoclave. So, its definition is process of sterilization by saturated steam under high pressure above 100 degrees Celsius. Type simple iron jacketed, low pressure, high temperature, high pressure, and high vacuum type. The sterilization time of autoclave are given as temperature at 120 degrees 121 degree Celsius at a pressure 15 IBS per square inch for the time 15 to 20 minutes, and in 126 degrees Celsius 20 IBS per square inch for 10 minutes, 133 degrees Celsius 30 IBS square inch for 3 minutes. These are the temperature pressure time of the autoclave. Principle of autoclaving. Saturated steam under high pressure and temperature is used as a sterilizing agent. Saturated steam under high pressure and temperature is used as sterilizing agent. Saturated steam heat the article to be sterilized by releasing latent heat which participate in bacterial killing. Steam contract in volume and increase penetration. Now the uses. It is used to sterilize culture media, rubber, syringes, gowns, dressings, etc. and is the surest method of destruction of bacterial spores. It is the surest method of destruction of bacterial spores. Precaution. Air must be allowed to escape from the chamber as the temperature of air-steam mixture at a given pressure is lower than that of pure steam. Second, contents should be arranged loosely to ensure free circulation of air inside the chamber. Now, after the sterilization, the autoclave should be allowed to cool. If it open before liquid will boil violently and spill from the container, and sometime explosion may occur. So it must be cool before opening. Sterilization control. Bacterial spores by stereothermophils, thermocouples, chemical indicators such as pellets of sulfur in test tube or brown sterilization control tubes. Now disinfection. It is a process of destruction of vegetative form of pathogenic organisms which are capable of producing infection but are not necessarily resistant to bacilli. So, so that's all about the sterilization and disinfection. Thank you.